Hi guys, welcome to another video, and today we're doing Doctor Who The Collection Sets ranked. So this is ranked from best of the best collection sets. They'll have really good special features, it might just be a really good season, one that I particularly enjoy, all the way down to the bottom of the bottom, to the worst collection sets. Which collection sets didn't hit the spot, which seasons aren't as good as others. Who knows? We'll find out in this video. So we're now starting off with season 2. So season 2 was an exciting release. It was the first black and white season that we got on Blu-ray, obviously. Hartnell's second season. Not much of it's missing, but there is a couple of missing episodes. Which people were disappointed that they weren't animated. There wasn't an animated option, but they did give us the option of new updated telesnap reconstructions, which wasn't too bad. The special features, obviously, as always, are really good, and to be honest, it's one of my preferred black and white seasons. I really like season 2. It's got the highlights like Dalek Invasion of Earth and The Chase are just two cracking stories. You can't really beat them. And there's also guilty pleasures in there, like Planet of Giants. I really enjoy that, but it's got the word planet in. Does that bring it down a bit? I don't think so. I mean, it's a bit of a bonus story because this is 9 discs. This is 9 stories, and to fit that all in the collection set, I think they did a really good job. So I'm actually going to put season 2 in A tier. I like the artwork as well. I think Hartnell's face does look a bit weird, but I also think at the same time, Hartnell's face does that. I mean, there's loads of pictures. Sometimes you just wouldn't be able to distinguish William Hartnell from himself. So I think that is honestly fair enough. Moving on to season 26. Now, a little bit of backstory for this. Actually, there's not much backstory. It's one of my favourite seasons. It was the 3rd ever season of Classic Who I watched. I started off with Remembrance of the Daleks. It was my first ever episode. And then I decided I love Sylvester McCoy. I'm going to start from season 24. And I watched through all of McCoy's seasons. And obviously 26 is his last. And I really like it. It's my second favourite McCoy season. It was one of the earlier collection sets as well. They're still breaking into the range with this set, but the artwork, fantastic, absolutely stunning. And it's McCoy. You gotta love him. Very strong set of episodes. I think one complaint people have about the McCoy sets is they're as expensive as everything else, but they've got less episodes on them. But one thing I would say is the McCoy sets go above and beyond with the special features. You can't beat them. They're probably the best collection sets for special features. So once again, actually, we're starting off really strong. I'm going to put this in A tier. Moving on to season 24. Another McCoy set, very early into the tier list. Oh, no, that's season 14. Season 24, I remember when this was arriving, I was so excited because I'm a guilty fan of season 24. I personally really enjoy it. But one thing I will say is this set did disappoint me a bit. Obviously, with the McCoy seasons, as I literally just said, they go above and beyond with the special features, and I think they have done with this set as well. They did a really good job with the special features, but the episodes themselves, they're a little bit iffy. I do like them, but they're definitely not one of the best seasons. Probably not even top 10 in Classic Who for me, and I love McCoy loads. And one thing I will say is the artwork was very lacking for me. McCoy's first set, obviously season 26, very explosive, lots of colour, gorgeous. You've got the asteroids in the background, you've got him holding his umbrella. I was going to call it a brolly. I know that's a very British thing to say, but the artwork just kind of hit the spot, it kind of hit the vibes. of season 26. Season 24, I do like the artwork. I do think it reflects season 24 quite well, but at the same time, I don't particularly like it. Obviously, all of Lee Binding's work is beautiful, it's gorgeous. And when you actually open up the set and you look at the discs are quite strong on this set, but for the front cover artwork, it's not my favourite, and the episodes are not my favourite. So unfortunately, and I hate to do this, I'm gonna have to put season 24 in C tier. Now, swiftly moving on to season 14. Once again, I remember when this arrived, and to be honest, when I opened this set up, I was pretty blown away. A lot of the earlier sets, you know, they've got the time vortex going on in the background, and this one, Lee Binding chose to use the tunnel from Talons of Weng-Chiang to have in the background, almost reflecting the title sequence at the same time. And I thought that was really clever. And you know what? The outfit, Tom Baker's outfit, obviously he couldn't really use Tom Baker's main outfit for all of the seasons because there's not too much differences throughout Tom Baker's era. He needs to find some different outfits to choose sometimes. And so he chose the Talons outfit. And you know what? He did a fantastic job with it. I love it. The composite he did incredibly well with, and the back artwork, if I recall correctly, is really nice too. As a season itself, it's one of the strongest seasons of Classic Who in my opinion. The first two stories I'm not particularly fond of, especially the Hand of Fear, which is a shame because it's Sarah's last story. But when you start getting into the Deadly Assassin, I personally really like the Face of Evil, and then you've got Robes of Death, and you've also got Talons of Weng-Chiang. It's a very solid season. That last half of the season really sells it for me. And so, to be honest, I think we might have our first S tier collection set. Really good special features as well. And I think they did a good job with the upscaling here as well. It looks really nice as a season. So, definitely the first S tier season for me. Moving on to season 17. Now, this was my first collection set I actually got as a Christmas present, so I finessed the system here. Thank you, Mum, thank you, Dad. But honestly, it didn't blow me away. The artwork definitely reflects season 17. It's so bright, Tom's having the time of his life. Getting towards the end of Baker's era, and changes need to be made. And they made those changes, and some of it was successful, some of it less so. One highlight of the set for me definitely is the fact that they brought Shada on there. I think Shada, putting it in its animated form, not only in its movie version, but in its part-mental format, is great. Now, I must admit, still not watched it, but as a bonus for season 17, I definitely think that it was a good call to put Shada on a set. Saves people from going out and fishing around to buy. Is it on Blu-ray or was it just the Steelbook? I'm sure it's on Blu-ray. I'm sure they released it as a Blu-ray. But to make it as accessible as it is on the season 17 Blu-ray set, absolutely, definitely worth it. But once again, the artwork, not my favourite. Do definitely like it though. So I am actually going to put this in B tier. Now, season 19, if you've been watching the channel, it is the only collection set I do not own. It was the one that I missed as they were coming out, other than season 18, but I recently managed to get my hands on that through CEX. Now, it is actually down £10 now. I think it costs you £85 now to get season 18 from CEX, and with the condition my season 18 came in, definitely recommend it. But we're talking about season 19 here, we'll get to season 18 shortly. But season 19, from what I've seen, all the pictures, this is my favourite artwork. Now, to be fair, I lie in a way because I did actually used to have this in its standard edition form. I have since gotten rid of it, as I had season 18 and season 19 in standard edition, and now I'm building my way to get them also on limited. So I have actually watched the episodes on the Blu-ray discs, but I'd never seen the special features, which is a shame, so I can't really comment on that. But the artwork itself is my favourite artwork. This is probably like my top 3 favourite New Who seasons as well, maybe top 5. It's just fantastic, it's brilliant, it's so consistent. Episodes like Tinder and Earthshock really stand out to me, and even Castrovalva as an opening story for 5 does a really good job. I think it's so good, it's quite trippy at times as well. So for the season itself, and for the artwork, I'm actually going to put this at the very top of A tier. I can't put in S tier though, because of the fact that I don't have it physically. I'm sure if I had it physically though, it would be the second S tier collection set on here. Moving on to season 8, I don't honestly think I need to talk about this too much. Oh, there we are. It's definitely S tier for me. Season 8 was one of those releases where I was so unbelievably excited for it to arrive. Every serial has the master in. It's got Jon Pertwee. In my opinion, at his best, I know people say that season 10 Pertwee is the best, but season 8 for me, you know, he nails his character, and I think having the master in every single story helps him out as well, because he's kind of got an intellectual equal to be able to fight against in these stories. And there's not a single story in this season that I don't like. Is it Colony in Space? Maybe the only one that I'm not, you know, tempted to put like A tier, but all the other ones, you know, Terror of the Autons, Claws of Axos, they're just so good, and they're feel-good episodes as well. You can't really go too wrong with them. And the artwork, it might actually be my favourite collection set artwork. It is absolutely gorgeous. You've got the master front and centre. He's beckoning you to buy the set. He's like, buy this set. So that's why it gives S tier for me. Absolutely fantastic. And I love the set. Season 20. Now, season 20. What do I think of this? Now, the news of season 20 is my collection set didn't arrive in the best condition. It's in good enough condition that I'm not sending it back. I don't need to get it replaced or anything. All the discs work fine as well. But I'm not going to let that detract a score on the tier list for, because I've still got it pretty much fully intact. The artwork, amazing. I do wonder whether or not Lee Binding could have chosen the Fifth Doctor to hold something else, but I still like it, definitely. I still really like it. I just think that when you've got season 19 as the artwork and it's, you know, gorgeous, obviously the emotional weight of holding Adric's star as well, it's difficult to top it. Season 20 as a season is not too far behind season 19 either. Oops, absolutely not. Season 19, get back in there. But season 20 I do still like. It's definitely not far behind season 19 at all. So I'm going to put that in A tier and just below season 19 as well. Right, moving on to season 9. Now, this artwork is really strange to me. It reminds me of, you know, the Big Finish releases where, like the War Doctor releases where it's kind of like painted. This is what it looks like. Jon Pertwee looks painted, and it doesn't work in the medium of collection sets, I don't think. I think you need to have an actual picture of the Doctor. Sure, you can have the background looking really different. You can have different swirls, and that can look more painted. And I think we get to that with season 7. But season 19, I don't like the style of artwork they've gone for. In other news, I think the season's really good. There's not too many stinkers in here. I really like the Time Monster. I actually think it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't see much wrong with it. It's so fun. Really, really fun. there's definitely a couple more middling episodes in this season, not on the par of season 8 or season 10 really, but season 9 still brilliant season, but because of the artwork as well and the discs aren't particularly great, I'm gonna have to put that in B tier. I feel harsh when I put these sets below A tier. By the way, I love them all in their own way. There's so much love that goes into these sets, and I'm so grateful that we are able to have them. So if I could, they'd all go in S tier, but for the purposes of this video, which I need to make, it has to go in B tier, which feels harsh, but it is what it is. Season 18, my recent addition. Now, season 18 as a season is good. It's okay. It's getting to the point in Baker's era where you're ready for it to end, though. You're ready to call it quits. You know, he's been going for so long, and you're almost like, do I still want to be watching him? Brilliant Doctor though. He carries the season, but with some of the episodes in the season, it does make you think, doesn't it? The artwork, on the other hand, gorgeous, and I'm so glad to have it in its limited edition form now. Artwork is absolutely stunning, which is why I'm gonna have to put this in A tier. I'm gonna mix this round a bit just to have this how I think it would go for me. Yeah, I think I'd do it like that. That's how I think I would organise A tier now. Moving on to season 12 now. This is the first ever collection set, which makes it very special. We got a lot to thank it for. It did so well. Obviously, it's sold out like that. I couldn't get my hands on it. I had to get the second edition when that was released. And you know what? It's still available, by the way. If you look on HMV, you can still buy it. But season 12, artwork-wise, it's very basic. You know, you can tell the binding's starting off fairly basic to kick off the collection range, but I kind of like it a lot. I really enjoy the basic feel of the artwork, and when I open it up and I see the booklet tray, sorry, I didn't actually knows, and I look and at the TARDIS in the vortex, I think to myself, wow, I really like that. I think that I almost miss it, you know. There's not any other title sequence you can do it for, obviously, because Tom Baker's first title sequence is the only title sequence from Classic Who where you've got, you know, the TARDIS sat there, other than, I guess, season 24 to 26, obviously McCoy's seasons, they're fairly, you have got the TARDIS in that, but I do think it'll be difficult, and I think that what Lee Binding did with the seasons artworks for McCoy were fine, but I do miss the simplicity. Sometimes I think it can be a bit overboard just for the booklet holder. So I just enjoy this season's simplicity. Not too many special features though, as it is the first collection set released. So harshly, I also think it's going to have to go in B tier. It's going to go above season 17. Fantastic season, brilliant season. Actually, yeah, the season itself is amazing. Yeah, okay. Just because of the season itself, I forgot that I'm just not ranking on the artwork and stuff. It's going to go in A tier. So many in A tier, but it just shows the love that's put into these sets. Right, guys, so next up, we have season 22. Now, to be honest, this is a fantastic artwork. Absolutely brilliant artwork. The artwork itself, it would go there for me. The season itself, though, so middling. Someone is messaging me on Discord. Let me mute that. Very middling. It's so difficult because it does have some standouts, like Vengeance on Varos is very, very good. I'm also impartial to the Two Doctors. And obviously, Revelation, the Daleks' Resurrection. I always get it the wrong way round. I always get them the wrong way round. Also another good episode. It has some stinkers in it though. Special feature wise, really good again. I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it there because the season itself not great. The artwork really brings it up to the set, and so does special features. Season 7, the new boy on the block, the new kid. Now, highlights of this, probably Pertwee's best season. I think I said that for season 8. Who knows what I'm talking about anymore? I've been going for like nearly half an hour here. Artwork, really nice, but I think I said when I did my unboxing, not my favourite. I'm not sure whether I like the style of the artwork. It's once again a bit more painty, but that is mainly in the background. Fortunately, they've not paintified Pertwee's gorgeous face. The season itself, 4 stellar stories, really. Do I? Okay, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. It's going in A tier again, and it's going to go top of A tier. Why am I getting messages? Ignore that. Right, next up, season 15. Season 15, bloody good. Joking. You know that. You know where season 15 is gonna go. The artwork, not a fan of. Don't like the artwork. It's probably my least favourite collection set artwork. Season, one brilliant episode, Horror Fang Rock, really good. Rest of the stories, they're shit. Season 15, I'm really sorry. No questions asked. Season 25, my favourite season of Classic Who. Gorgeous artwork, incredible special features, the best classic Doctor. S tier, and it goes there. Wow. And they went above and beyond because they also did updated effects for all of the stories in this season. Now, I'm not entirely sure a couple of the stories needed the updated effects, especially Members of the Daleks. I think it actually holds up so well to this day. But other than that, you know, it's just a brilliant release. It's absolutely fantastic, absolutely gorgeous. The episodes are gorgeous. The special effects are gorgeous. Easy S tier. Now, season 23. A very small set, but it is only 4 stories in one big story, I guess. So the artwork I also quite like. It's a bit less bright and flashy than season 22's. It's a bit duller, which, even though I know season 23 is a bit of a darker season, I guess, obviously with what happens with Perry and stuff, and the whole premise of the season, I guess going for a darker feel on the cover is probably needed. But honestly, I just don't like how dark it is. It's a bit dull, and when I think of Colin Baker, I think of bright and happy and exciting. However, the artwork isn't reflecting that. And at the same time, the season isn't great either. I do actually think the season itself is better than season 22, but in terms of collection set, season 22 is a better collection set. So that is why it is higher up. Right, moving on, the final collection set, season 10. One of the first collection sets released, back when they were still printing and spilling the inside artwork of the booklet holder onto the actual set, and you know, it just looks gorgeous. They went above and beyond with this one. I remember the controversies around Pertwee's face, because originally Lee Binding put Pertwee's face the wrong way round. He did fix it, which thank God, but he does look amazing. Eventually, the green velvet, amazing. Probably Pertwee's second best season, behind season 8. Brilliant special features. Not sure about the cast of Behind the Sofa. I don't think Behind the Sofa works as well when you have like modern like writers or producers or whatever on it, because obviously it's got like Pete McTighe and whatnot watching the episodes. I much prefer it when you've got either the classic companions, which they do with Katie Manning, or just people involved in Classic Who, to be able to reflect on what came before or what came after, to see where the show was and where it got to. But other than that, I think that it's very rich in special features once again, and it's just a brilliant season as a whole. So I'm going to put this also in S tier, and I'm going to put it there in S tier. So there's my tier list. Let me know in the comments whether or not you agree with it. I think I cooked, to be honest. I think this is the definitive the definitive tier list for these collection sets. But no, obviously you've all got your opinions. Leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button, and I will see you next week for next week's long form video. Have a nice day.